it's Betsy, and today we're testing out another new palette. This is the Antiquity palette by Noctex. Now, my husband pre-ordered this for me before Christmas, and I've had it in my possession about a week, so it did take a while to get here. This palette retails for $54. It is vegan and cruelty free. There are 11 eyeshadows and 1 pressed pigment in here. And it is made in the USA. But the brand Noctex is from Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. So I love the way that the packaging on this looks. And the promo pictures that they had on Instagram is what made me want this. They swatched like a single color across the eye, and then they used it with white mascara and white eyebrows, and it was just so intriguing. So when you open her up, it looks like this. There is a large mirror, so we're gonna fold that back. And that is what the color story looks like, which is definitely something that appeals to me because you know, I love the grungy jewel tones, and this is definitely something that speaks to me. So we're gonna start by swatching and we'll go from there. So it looks like there are 3 metallics and the rest are mattes. So the first shade is Dearly, which is a magenta metallic, and this actually is really pretty. I didn't think I would like the shimmers that much because they just didn't look like they had enough oomph. Then we have Aristocrat. Oh, that's pretty. These feel nice. Ruffle, that's like my skin tone, and Script. So we've got Aristocrat, Ruffle, and Script. So these do feel a little bit rough, but they're not bad. Like the shimmers feel amazing. That is Frame. That is a beautiful bronzy gold. What are they? That metallic brass patina tone. Gas Lamp, beautiful mustard. Arsenic, which is a forest green shimmer, and Faint, which Faint is the pressed pigment. So we have Frame and Gaslight, or Gas Lamp, Arsenic and Faint. And they're not swatching badly, and what I mean by they feel like they're a little bit tightly packed, so the swatches aren't my favorite, but that doesn't mean it's going to perform badly. That all depends on how it applies with your brush. Then we have Asbestos, Widow, Morning, and Plague. Plague, that looks like a good black. Asbestos, Widow, Morning, and Plague. So yeah, that does look like a really good black. So let's wipe off those swatches and let's play with some makeup. Now, as I said, you know I love these grungy tones, and I love testing out new indie brands. Like, I want to find as many unique brands as I can, so that way we can see what's worth it and what's not. And plus, I want to spread my monies around with smaller businesses. And they also on their website have clothing and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool. Not my style of stuff because I'm not cool. Let's face it, like, it's almost kind of cyberpunky. But this definitely reminds me of more of, trying to think of the best way to put it, more of like the Victorian era. So I'm gonna go into the shade Ruffle right here. So, I mean, you can see it does have kick up in the pan. And I know some people get bothered by that, but I always do my eyeshadow first. Oh, that's pigmented. That's pretty. I always do my eyeshadow first because, well, I like pigmented eyeshadows. So you see what I mean? Like, this is going on so easily. So easily. I really like this. And I'm testing one shade. But that's really pretty. So we like that. Now, do I want to go more green or do I want to go more pink? That's the question. Let's go, I really want to play with some of these deeper colors. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Aristocrat right here, which is like a deeper teal. It's described as a matte regal teal. Okay, so you see how easy that's going on. Now there is quite a bit of fallout, but again, like I said, that doesn't bother me. I know some people it does, but for me, it doesn't. And I think what I'm gonna do is do teal on the upper and then do more of that pink on the bottom, like the magenta. It's not really pink. So I'm just going to blend this. That is blending beautifully. Take and grab a clean brush and just kind of go over the edges to make sure it's all blended in, because this is highly, highly pigmented, which it looks so pretty, doesn't it? You see that? Like, I'm liking this by so far. So far. Which is always a good thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take, this is my Lunar Beauty LB3, and I'm gonna go into that black shade, the Plague shade, very lightly, and just apply the slightest bit of that on the outer V to really deepen up. You see how that added quite a bit of depth? So that way, I always like dark. I like deep and sultry looks. But these are really performing nicely. You know, I love finding new brands though. Like, I love finding new things that impress me, because some things might be easier for people to get a hold of, and not all of my audience is in the US. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to apply this shade Arsenic on the back half of my lid, and then I want to go into the shade Frame. So as you can see, that really picked up beautifully on the brush without any setting spray or anything like that. Ooh, that's going on the eye really well. I'm not even using glitter glue or setting spray. That is awesome. Look at that. Okay, so far this palette is impressing me. Who would know? So I'm wiping off the brush. This is a Sigma E55, so that way I can pick up the shade Frame, which is that bronze. Ooh, that picks up nicely too. And we're gonna fade that color into Arsenic. So you see how easy that's applying? I don't know. I like this formula a whole lot. Now, how it wears and stuff's what's gonna matter. But, you know, typically if it goes on well like this, it stays on well. But you see how well even like it's blending together? That looks really pretty. Okay. So that is the top of the eye look done. What do you think? I think it looks so good, and I'm just gonna take my brush and kind of go over the edges just a little bit. Make sure everything's blended. I'm gonna go off camera, take and do the rest of my face, and we'll come back and do the lower lash lines and talk about my thoughts so far on this palette. So I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I really like how everything looks. I did use the Melt Slate Gel Cream eyeliner on the top of my lashes, and I used the Royal Icing Fenty highlighter. It's like a really wet looking, super sparkly kind of thing. So let's go ahead and do our lower lash line. So what I think I want to go into now is I have a BK Beauty 203, and we're gonna go into the shade Faint, which is that matte magenta, which is the pressed pigment shade. And we're just going to go under, yes, see how that does? And place that under our eye. And I really like that contrast like that. That's one thing I do love to do when I'm doing my makeup. I do like to mix, like having the teal on top with the magenta on bottom. I think it kind of gives you a different kind of look. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a BK Beauty 201 and just go under the eyes, and you see how I'm just kind of going and blending that out. We love things to look faded and effortless. At least that's how I like to do it. So, oh, and then on my lips I have the Just a Tint in Cherry Picking. I love that color. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna take, I need something tiny. Very, very tiny. I'm gonna take, this is the BK Beauty 204, and I'm gonna go back into the shade Plague, just ever so slightly. See how I just added that little bit to the lower lash line, the outer V? And that really, to me, that's what kind of helps bring the whole thing together. So I'm gonna take my clean 201 brush, again, and make sure that that is blended together. That looks really, really pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take my mascara, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes. Okay, apply that to my lower lash line. Spray with some setting spray. Try not to eat it. Doesn't taste very good. Grab the BK Beauty what is this one? 207, which is like that little rounded pencil brush. We're gonna dig into that highlight, the Fenty one, and apply that to my inner corner, because this palette is beautiful, but it doesn't have an inner corner shade like I like to use, which is okay, because you can just use a highlight. See how that brightens that up so much? Okay. That, my friends, is the completed look. And let's talk about my thoughts on this palette. So, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of, right, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 6, yeah, 6 out of the 12 shades in this palette, and I really like how they performed. Now I will do it like a complete review whenever I do my review roundup, but I mean, so far this look is beautiful. The shades blended well, so if you're looking for a new indie brand to support, Noctex might be the one. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.